Hello, how are you? In this video we'll be doing something, again, a little bit different, kind of a tutorial because I don't know why, but I just started doing tutorials out of nowhere. I don't even know how to teach people, so anyways, I'll get into it. Here you can see me showing you a sketchbook that I've used last year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I made it myself, so I'm going to teach you how to make your own sketchbooks. For this I will be using printer paper because here we used to get it a lot from the government, and my brother used to get these kits from school, right, where they gave you like school supplies. And then I used to get them as well, and like he didn't like studying, so he started accumulating a bunch of paper, and I didn't use white paper either because we didn't have anything to use it for. We didn't have any use for it at school, I guess. And so I just have like these blocks of paper out and I need to use them. So I'll be doing like these sections of 5 papers. I will be doing 9 of them. I was going to do 10, but then I don't know how to count, so I ended up with 9, but sure. It's fine. And you just take like 5 papers, you fold them, and then you use like anything hard. Like I'll be using a ruler just to like fold it well. And then afterwards you grab one paper, unfold it like this. I think you saw it a while back, I don't know. And you will mark, I think that I like separated like, I don't know, you can watch it in the video. I don't even know how I did it. I think like 3 centimeters from each other or something, and from top, and then the bottom up the same thing. And this will be the place where you will punch the holes in. I use my normal sewing needle. I just grab a random sewing needle that I have here inside because I like to embroider stuff. And then I just punch a hole through the paper with that, where the dots are. And now, after you have these markings, right, and the holes, you will put this folded paper over your sections, like the whole section. You grab a whole section of 5 papers. You like do the same thing here with the paper, right? Like unfolding it, kind of laying it flat, but without laying it flat. Then you put your paper over the section, and then you punch the holes through the whole thing with that needle. And you do that to every single section you have, and that will take forever. It took me a while. I don't remember exactly how long. I think it was like an hour. But that's fine. You just put something on and then you watch and just stick holes. I had to use an actual glove, and the only glove that I had was this huge, thick leather glove. It was fine, I guess. At least my fingers were protected. Like, my hands are very thin and a lot of stuff just hurts me. Like, for example, ice. Ice is very painful for me to hold. After that, you will grab, what? That's right, thread, your needle that you were punching holes with, and then you will start threading it. I don't exactly know how I would explain this thread, but it's basically you go in and out and then across, and then you have to like to tie it together. I don't exactly follow the thing. Like, I had found an image on Pinterest and watched a video at some point. Nowadays, I just kind of do it like whatever way that I can. Whatever comes out, so I just thread it, and then you have to thread it back on itself so that everything is very well connected. And then even after I finish threading it all, I grab a new thread and thread it all together again. And then I end up gluing like a piece of paper at the binding of that whole thing, just to make it a bit more structured, as you will see at some point, I don't know when. And for the cover, I have like everything measured out, right? I use the whole like block of papers that we just threaded together and make it just slightly bigger. Make 2 of those, and then the binding part, you put some glue on, you glue the fabric around with the corners cut off so that everything just like kind of connects inside of it. And then you will glue the like sections that you threaded together. I forgot the name of it. I know, the papers, right? The block of papers that you have. You will glue the first page to the covers, but don't ever glue the binding, okay? That needs to stay unglued. Don't glue that. That's why we made it stronger with that thick paper that we glue on the binding, okay? Don't glue that to the cover. So there you have your little book. I put an envelope inside on the front cover just so that I have like a sort of baggie, because I just have a bunch of stuff that I get. Like, I don't know, if I get a letter, I'll put it in there, or if I'm swatching colors or make some paper stuff, I just put it in there so that I don't lose it. And now we will be drawing out our little guy Jealous. Since I went with a blue cover, I was like, well, of course, I have to draw the love of my life, Jealous. And he is my man, my main boy, so I will not forget about him. So we are going to do Sketchbook 29. Can you believe that I'm already on my 29th sketchbook? I actually had a lot more. I've mentioned this before, but I kind of threw those away because traumatic experiences, which we don't mention. And these are the only sketchbook series that survived throughout my whole thing. At some point I still want to make like a series showing you my old sketchbooks, but the only reason I don't do it, and this is okay, so there are a lot of embarrassing things in there, right? Like the whole thing that I mentioned before, like I used to substitute my own OCs with creepypasta characters to make comics with them, even though I was talking about my own story. And I don't know how else I'm going to explain this to you, but that's literally what I did. Like, I have my own story, but for some reason my brain was just like, no, I like these characters, I want them in my life, so I might as well. I don't know, at some point I should show it, but there's a lot of embarrassing stuff. But the other thing is that I mention my age a lot, and if you haven't followed me for a while, I don't mention my name online, and that's because people tend to see you in a different way when they know your age, especially as an artist, as if one thing connects to the other, and I don't know, it's just, you know, I just don't want that sort of experience. It's just not, I don't know, it's a weird thing, okay, and it's just, people tend to connect one thing to the other, even though it has nothing to do one thing with the other, and you can just do what you want, but I don't want that sort of activity surrounding me, so I just kind of hide it. But I think that it would be very important, plus like there's so much stuff in those sketchbooks, and you don't know how many trigger warnings I'd have to put on throughout that series, because it would get really heavy and we'd have to have some really, really serious discussions throughout it. But at the same time, I feel like it would be an important discussion to have. I don't know, it's just a lot of stuff. If you have gotten this far, you can tell me down below what you think, or if you have any solution, I don't know. I could try and censor stuff, but then I'd have to censor so much. For example, I could censor my age, right? But I think that would be really difficult, because a lot of stuff that I write in there is about that, right? Because I make these like sort of diary entries with drawings and whatnot, so that I can later on in life look back and know how old I was and what was going on and whatnot. And just, it's a lot of stuff, and I don't know, complicated stuff. But if you have any ideas, you can leave them down below, I guess. So I don't know. Here you'll see me doing my first page, and I use markers and pencils. Later on, after I finish using my markers, right, I don't know why brands tend to call this like colorless marker a blending marker, like a blender, when it's not for that. It does not blend stuff. It's more so a fading marker than a blending marker. I don't know, it's a complicated one, but it's the marker that I use the most, surprisingly. I know a lot of people, they don't use it like at all, but it's the marker that I use the most, so I don't know what I would do without him. I actually filled him up with alcohol like 3 times already, and he's still great. So yeah, I don't know. Ooh, please sponsor me. You know, hey baby boy, baby girl, you wanna have a deal, huh? I can be your. Ooh. You could be like, I don't know. Guys, I have issues, okay? I like using printer paper, as I said before, because I have a lot of it, right? But honestly, a lot of these artists tell you that you need like all these expensive supplies to make art and whatnot. It's not the supply that makes the artist, it's the experience and skill, okay? The more you learn, the more you do. I can easily get away with it. For example, I wouldn't use this paper to like sell something or whatever, like it's not that type of paper. For that, in that case, you definitely need to have like good supplies. But it's for myself, it's a sketchbook. Why do I need like the most thick, expensive paper possible? I can easily get away with it. I'm using alcohol markers, many layers in the sketchbook, and it's fine. Sure that I use the one like sheet, so that the transparent sheet that the Ohuhu markers come with, right? I use those, obviously. I wouldn't go crazy and just like bleed through all the papers. Like alcohol markers, they bleed through thick paper as well. So you kind of have to put something in between your sheets so that they don't bleed through to the other side and whatnot. But still, it's easily achievable, okay? Like you can get a lot. You can... I don't know how to speak, I'm sorry. You can get away with a lot. I don't know. People are just, you know, it's just, you can make stuff, okay? You can just do stuff your own way and get away. I don't know, I just want to make like art and show it to people. Hey, you don't need to have the most expensive stuff possible to make good drawings. I'm here drawing on printer paper. I'm using charcoal that's meant for cooking to draw, so look. You can do stuff. Just be creative. It's what's art. It's what... Holy shit, I don't know how to speak. It's what art is all about, so you can just, I don't know, go crazy with it. Anyways, I have no idea where I am in this video because I'm trying to look at my playback, right? But it's just going completely wrong. It goes 1 second each 5 seconds, so I don't know where I am in the video, so I don't know. Here's the finished result, I think. I am happy with the first page. I think it looks cute. I did add a lot of pencils on top of it later on. And guys, Jelliff has a new tattoo, so he is someone with lots of tattoos, and at some point I will not be able to draw him anymore because every single time I keep adding more tattoos, and that's very inconvenient. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you make your own sketchbooks too if you have the supplies. I used cardboard from my milk box and some random cloth that I had, and printer paper. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do make your own sketchbooks, you can publish them like on Instagram and tag me or show me or send them to me. I would love to see it. So I don't know. I hope you have a nice day and night, the same as always, right? And I hope to see you again as well next time. Bye. I hope to see you. Bye.